And now we go to the tail of the tape, and here we see many aspects even. However, the age, Sani brännfors is, you know, significantly younger than Lia Souza, and Lia Souza has, of course, a professional mixed martial arts advantage in terms of her experience.
Hyvä yleensä tämän ottelun tarjoaa Shopper Screen, elämykselliset AV-ratkaisut ja videotykkien vuokraus. In the low corner, a dynamic Muay Thai striker with a professional record of 3 wins and 2 losses, weighing 57.8 kilos, fighting out of Belém, Brazil, Lia Strike Souza! And in the red corner, the most successful female amateur fighter in the history of MMA. 3 times IMMAF world champion in her pro debut. Weighing 57.9 kilos, representing the Oulun Kamppailuklubi, fighting out of Oulu, Finland, Sani brännfors!
A very exciting moment here tonight as Sani brännfors makes her long-awaited mixed martial arts professional debut. And Lia Souza, her opponent, looking to make that professional debut, to spoil that professional debut. Make no mistake about that. Sani brännfors has a grin on her face, though. We're underway for this professional debut for Sani brännfors, and an intriguing matchup for Lia Souza. Brännfors immediately pressuring forward. These two feeling each other out. Souza throws a kick to the body. Brännfors just taking her time, trying to get some reads on what the striking of Souza has to offer her. Ooh, good inside leg kick there.
And I have to say, I like the approach that Sani is taking. Like, she's not rushing in, because no, this is not a 3-minute amateur round. Like, right. She's respecting the gloves, respecting the striking of Souza, trying to get those reads, you know, and taking her time to adjust in the beginning. Like, this is her pro debut. It's kind of like a new start, even though she is a 3-time world champion, which she has all the tools and all the skills to make it all the way to the top of the mixed martial arts world. But why rush it in the first fight?
She's an intelligent fighter, precisely. And what she's doing here is, it's very smart. She's probably aware, hey, I'm having some jitters probably. This is fine. This is a tough test. There's a lot of visibility on it. And she's doing exactly what she needs to do. She's giving herself the time to say, okay, but here's my skill set. Remember this, and, you know, to move forward with that. A very, very wise
approach. Oh, nice high kick. I think that might have rocked Liana a bit.
But she's not rushing in. She's, again, still taking her time, doing what she needs to do, and getting her into position. Very, very good to see. Oh, she rocks her! She snapped her head back.
Wow. Short fake downstairs, as if going for a takedown or trying to throw a lead hand to the body and then going up with the lead hook.
That's circling.
That was a beautiful hook by Sani brännfors. And if you look at her record, a lot of her amateur fights, she has dominated in the grappling, but she has impressive boxing also, like that liver shot knockout you stated previously.
Yeah, and she just took one of those, she took a punch from Souza as well. So it's not like this is one-way traffic. She's doing a good job, though, of staying just out of reach, and she puts that right hand on the chin. Goes up high with the kick. Souza doing a good job of mixing things up to keep brännfors guessing. but not a lot of that rather has been successful thus far. I hear the corner saying "pikuhilia," little by little.
Yeah, little by little.
One of my favorite expressions. Brännfors just stalking. Snaps her head back again, though, with that right hand. Very solid decision-making here in terms of just taking her time and cutting off the cage where she can and then attacking when she sees an opening. Solid kick to the body there, but it's caught by Souza, letting her know, hey, you don't get everything for free here. Good low kick for Souza. Oh, and a solid knee up the middle by Brännfors.
And now Sani going for the takedown, and she gets the double leg.
With ease.
Yeah,
dumps her to the mat. Immediately starts trying to pass.
1 minute.
And one thing that Sani had devastating and very aggressive ground and pound in her amateur career. So now this is very interesting, especially now that she can use elbows.
Yeah. And right here, I mean, this is a bad spot to be in. She's got you right where she wants you.
Yeah.
Pinned up against the cage, and she can go to work with those fast, hard, short shots. This is not going to be pretty, I think, for Souza.
Sani's probably looking for a knee.
Which knees to the head, a new wrinkle in the game, so to speak, because under that amateur rule set, those are not permitted.
I have to say, I can't help but think that because Sani was so excited and happy to walk out to her pro debut, and that she wants to use like all the tools, you know, like
absolutely.
Let's exchange a little bit with the small gloves.
Let me give you an elbow right there.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
just did it. Yeah.
Oh, and another one. That was heavy.
That was solid. Wow, right as you're saying it, she wants to test out the arsenal.
It's like,
guess what? She likes
some elbows. Let's try some knees to the head.
Very, very good first round as a professional from Sani Brännfors. And Souza, of course, a bit more experienced as a professional, but I think Brännfors, it didn't exactly look like she was out of her element at any point there. So let's see how this one progresses and let's see how things develop. But very, very good first professional round. Here you see, of course, Brännfors in and out, taking her time. She sees her opening, bam, takes it. Left hook and snaps that head back with the right hand. Beautiful.
And especially now with the small glove, you can just see the power in her strikes. Whether it's punches or kicks, it just like looks at like the explosiveness and the power behind the strikes is just on different level.
Boom, dumps her as well there, and you know, so we got to see a real good elbow here. Bam, right up over the top. Brännfors adding those new elements to her game very easily, very naturally.
Avustajat, kestä seconds out.
Now the second stanza begins, and we get to see how this fight progresses, this eagerly anticipated matchup here in Helsinki tonight. Brännfors immediately again pressuring forward. Oh, and she goes to kick up the middle and a right hand behind it, but Souza is, of course, mixing things up nicely herself. Brännfors blitzing forward there and immediately goes for that shot, and she's in on those hips.
Oh, and it's an easy takedown. Great job by Brännfors.
She could potentially move to mount here. Perhaps, almost, all the makings of it.
Sometimes in these positions, you don't want to rush to the mount, especially when you get both legs pinned and you have an underhook on the right-hand side, like in this case, like Sani had, because you don't have to rush the position. Like it's very difficult for the bottom person to turn, and if they turn, they have to flatten out kind of all the way.
One way they can go as well.
Exactly. So they have to give out their back completely.
Yeah. And here, of course, you know, now she's in side control, and she's gonna look to go to work with that ground and pound, which she loves so much. Perhaps with those elbows, of course, as we mentioned, that new tool in her arsenal. Ooh, knee on belly there. Never comfortable. Good elbows here, short elbows. Really putting that new tool to work. And I think she has cut open Souza. This is over. That is over. An excellent stoppage here tonight in Helsinki. Sani brännfors gets her first professional victory by way of TKO. Excellent performance. The highly lauded prospect makes good on her promise here tonight at the Musiikkitalo.
And putting those new tools to work.
Absolutely. Hey, they may be new in terms of her ability to now, or her allowance to use them, but she has been practicing that.
Yeah, for sure.
I am not doubting that whatsoever.
Yeah, and I know, like Matias Pakala, her head coach, he has coached like Isla Fono earlier today. She won the national title, also a two-time like junior and youth world champion. So he has coached a lot of great amateur and very successful amateur athletes. Yeah. But I think he's also been very excited. Like, okay, this is my first prospect that I brought from amateurs to the professional ranks, and now we get to learn. I get to teach these tools together. Yeah. Like, I get to give these tools for her to use in her fights.
And so she used them. Here you see that left hook, of course, and then boom, dumps her there with that leg sweep. And boom, goes to work with those elbows. Slices open Souza and bloodies her. And eventually just pounds out a victory here tonight. Excellent performance. And of course, both of her coaches in her corner, you see just the pride and the care in their face. The heart and the mind, so to speak, of that corner, just in such a very good place. And brännfors had a tremendous performance here tonight. Very, very excellent. And hats off to her opponent, of course, taking on, you know, a rising up-and-comer who has everything to prove. Like, that is very, very difficult, specifically on hometown, on home soil, so to speak, for brännfors. But again, her corner's just glowing. And that, I mean, it warms the heart to see the kind of like just care that they have given to slowly bringing her through the amateur rankings into a just brilliant professional debut.
Yeah. And being a coach, like, you're so invested in your athletes, like you kind of live through those emotions with them and through them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like family.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends after 1 minute and 27 seconds of the second round. Winner by technical knockout, Sani!